Hello, everyone. Today I'm spending a beautiful afternoon along the Miami River. This is a place I like to come to sometimes after work. I'll bring a book and I'll just come and meditate, talk to God, and just enjoy nature. So I wanted to share a story with you that happened to me a while back. Now, several years ago, I was doing some video work for a local television station, and I was working on a documentary. And I was going through a lot of self doubts, inner turmoil, because I did not know if I was qualified enough to bring a quality piece of work to fruition. And so I kept doubting myself. I didn't know if the viewers were going to like it, if it was going to be received well. I didn't know if my uh, management team at the studio was going to like what I presented to them. So there was a lot of inner turmoil that was going on within me. And so one evening, when I had spent a couple of hours editing at the studio, I got tired and decided I'm going to put this aside for another day. I'm just going to go home. So as I'm driving home, God spoke to me in his tiny little voice. And he said to me, stop at the supermarket that was near the house. And so I didn't know what God had in mind. So I decided to go ahead and listen to the voice that was coming to me from God. So I pulled into the parking lot, and God directed me to a part of the parking lot where normally I would never park. It was further away from the entrance, but he told me, park over here. So I did. And I'm sitting in the car, just contemplating, trying to figure out, Lord, what am I supposed to see here? Who am I supposed to meet? I didn't know. So I sat there for a while, and finally I thought, well, maybe what I'm supposed to see or meet is inside the store. So I decided to get out of the car. And as I opened the door and put my foot down on the pavement, I stepped on something. And I looked down, and I could just see a little part of something sticking out from under my shoe. And so I got curious. What is this that I stepped on? So I got out of my car, and I tried to see what it was, but I couldn't tell because it was kind of dusk. It was getting a little dark. So I got down on my knees, and what I saw on the pavement just blew my mind, which God tends to do a lot, okay? And what I saw there, the thing that I had been stepping on, was this: trust. There was God's little tiny message to me, telling me, trust me. He knew all the turmoil that I was going through with the video, a feeling inadequate, a feeling like I can't do this. So he spoke to me that day. He said, trust me. Now this is a little spongy thing, and it has sticky stuff on the back. So it was sticking on the pavement, and it was on there good and tight. And it took me quite a bit to pull this off. And I don't know if anybody was watching me at the time. And if they did, they probably thought, who is this crazy lady? What is she doing? So there's my answer right there and then. God telling me, trust me. I'm going to help you with this video project. And after I saw this, I said, why was I worried this whole time, feeling like I wasn't qualified to do this video? But you know who that was talking to me, right? That voice was not coming from God, but it was coming from the enemy, right? He wanted me to have doubts about myself. He wanted me to doubt God. He wanted me to stop with a video and just forget about it, right? But that day after I saw this, I said, I need to take these words to heart and trust God. And after that, I stopped worrying about the video. And 2 weeks later, I finished the project. I submitted it. It went on to air locally. And I got very good reviews from the people that saw it. And the management at the studio liked it. And here I was, just going crazy with doubt and inner turmoil. So you see, we have to be very, very careful that we never allow the voice of the enemy speak louder to us than the voice of God, right? We have to make sure that we do not give wings to Satan's voice, because if we do, it's not going to lead us anywhere good. And God does not want us to lose trust in Him, right? So I'm just sharing this with you, hoping that what I'm sharing with you right now, my little testimony, will give you a little bit of encouragement. In case you are going through something similar, just trust God that He's going to see you through all your ups and downs, right? Because life is full of ups and downs. Just because we believe in God does not mean we are not going to have our share of misery in life. It doesn't happen that way. Sometimes it's double. Why? Because as we get closer to God, Satan is going to do his best to pull you away from God. And he's going to have things come at you left and right, because he wants you to doubt God. He wants you to fail. But don't give that voice, the voice of the enemy, wings, okay? So anyway, that was my little testimony of the day that God spoke to me in His tiny little voice. And remember, God's messages to us are not always going to come at us with lightning and thunder. Sometimes it's just that little tiny voice that comes at us and tells us, go this way or do that. Okay? So here I am enjoying a beautiful afternoon along the Miami River. I brought a book to read, and I'm just enjoying this gorgeous, gorgeous afternoon. That's the Miami River. And lastly, I want to tell you, don't ever forget, God loves you very, very much. Okay? Bye-bye, sweetie. Have a blessed day, all right?